Hello everyone, welcome back to Fluent English with Podcast. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Alan. Today we're here to help you improve your English listening and speaking, especially through conversations.
Talking with others is a great way to learn English. You practice what you learn and get comfortable using it in real life.
Exactly. This podcast makes that practice fun. We'll talk about everyday topics, like today's focus, my daily routine.
A daily routine is what you do every day. It's like a plan to stay organized and feel good. But routines are unique. Mine might involve waking up early to exercise, while yours might start with making breakfast for your family.
Listeners have all kinds of routines. Students might study late and busy professionals might travel for work. Routines can be flexible.
Find a routine that works for you.
Throughout the podcast, we'll chat with 3 special guests. They'll share their daily routines with us, and you'll hear how they use these words in conversation.
Imagine you're meeting a new friend for coffee. How would you describe your daily routine? Maybe you'd say something like, I usually wake up around 7 a.m. After breakfast, I head to work. In the evenings, I try to exercise and relax.
These are all simple sentences that use the new words we introduced. By listening to our guests in these examples, you'll pick up even more ways to talk about your own routine.
Ready to listen, learn, and improve your English listening? Let's dive into the world of daily routines.
Now, let's meet our first guest, Rachel. Rachel is a student at a university. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Sophie. Thanks for inviting me.
It's our pleasure, Rachel. Can you tell us a little bit about your daily routine?
Sure. Well, I'm not a morning person, so I usually wake up around 7:30 a.m. I take my time getting ready, maybe listen to some music or check the news on my phone.
That sounds like a good way to ease into the day. Do you have breakfast before class?
Absolutely. I can't function on an empty stomach. I usually grab a quick bite cereal or toast with some fruit on my way out the door.
That sounds healthy. What about classes?
Classes take up most of my mornings and afternoons. In between, I try to squeeze in lunch with friends at the campus cafeteria. It's a good chance to catch up and take a break from all the studying.
Sounds like a busy schedule. Do you have any time to relax after classes?
I try to. Evenings are for studying, but I make sure to take breaks. Maybe I'll watch some TV to unwind or call my family back home.
That's important to find that balance between work and relaxation. Thanks for sharing your routine with us, Rachel. It sounds like you manage your studies well while still having some downtime.
Up next, we'll meet Michael, who has a very different routine. Michael works full-time, so his schedule looks quite different from Rachel's. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Alan. Hi, Sophie. Glad to be here.
Thanks for joining us, Michael. Tell us about your daily routine.
Sure. Unlike Rachel, I'm an early bird. My alarm goes off at 6 a.m. I like to get a head start on the day with a workout at the gym.
Wow, that's impressive. What time do you head to work?
I usually leave for the office around 7:30 a.m. My commute takes about an hour, so I try to use that time to catch up on emails or listen to podcasts.
That's a great way to be productive. What does a typical workday look like for you?
It varies, but there are always meetings, deadlines, and projects to juggle. I try to squeeze in lunch at my desk sometimes, but ideally I grab a quick bite with colleagues.
Sounds busy. When do you finally get to unwind?
I usually get home around 6 p.m. After a healthy dinner, I might spend some time reading or catching up on shows. Weekends are for errands, seeing friends, and maybe even a day trip if time allows.
It's important to have some downtime. Thanks for sharing your routine, Michael. It sounds like you manage a busy work schedule with personal activities.
We've heard from 2 very different routines, but remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Find a routine that works for you and helps you feel organized and productive. Routines can vary greatly depending on your lifestyle, but they all share some key elements. Now, let's explore some tips for building a healthy routine that works for you.
Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Pick 1 or 2 things you want to change and focus on those initially. Maybe you want to start waking up 30 minutes earlier or add a short walk to your evening routine.
Be consistent. Once you've chosen your goals, stick with them. The more consistent you are, the easier it will become to form habits. Set reminders or ask a friend to hold you accountable.
Make it enjoyable. Your routine shouldn't feel like punishment. Incorporate activities you find fun. If you hate running, try dancing or swimming instead.
Plan ahead. Prepping meals, picking out clothes the night before, or laying out your workout gear can save you time and prevent last-minute scrambles.
Be flexible. Life happens. Unexpected events can throw your routine off track. Don't get discouraged, just pick yourself up and get back on schedule as soon as possible.
Remember, your routine is yours to personalize. Experiment and find what works best for you. There's no right or wrong way to structure your day, as long as it helps you feel healthy, organized, and productive.
Now, let's meet someone with a truly unique routine, Sarah, a writer. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sophie. Hi, Alan. Thanks for inviting me.
We're excited to hear about your routine, Sarah. They say writers often have unusual schedules.
You could say that. I'm definitely not a morning person. I usually wake up around noon, have a big breakfast, and then spend the afternoon catching up on emails and administrative tasks.
Interesting. What about the actual writing?
That's for nighttime. I find I'm most creative in the quiet hours with a cup of tea and some calming music. I usually write until the early hours of the morning, then crash for a few hours before starting the cycle all over again.
Wow, that's a very different schedule from most people. Does it work well for you?
Absolutely. I get the most out of my days this way. I have the energy to focus on creative tasks when inspiration strikes, and the mornings are perfect for handling the more mundane business side of things.
That's a great point, Sarah. The key is to find a routine that works for you, even if it's a little unconventional. Thanks for sharing your unique routine with us.
Routines can be as unique as the people who have them. Now, let's listen to some conversations about some people's routines.
Our first conversation eavesdrops on two roommates, Sarah and John, with very different routines.
Come in.
Hey Sarah, are you awake yet? It's almost 9 a.m. The sun is shining, the birds are singing.
Almost. Just need a few more minutes. My brain doesn't really switch on until at least 10 a.m.
But it's Saturday. Don't you want to sleep in and enjoy the nice weather? We could go for a bike ride or grab brunch outdoors.
Actually, I usually wake up around this time, even on weekends. I find I have a lot more energy to write in the mornings when the world is quiet. By the afternoon, I start to drag.
Wow, you're dedicated. I can barely function before noon on weekends. What about breakfast? Sleeping in sounds great, but the smell of coffee brewing is definitely waking me up. Want some company? Maybe some pancakes or waffles?
Sounds tempting. Thanks, John. You know me too well. Maybe after I finish a chapter, I'll join you for breakfast.
This conversation highlights the concept of chronotype. Some people are naturally early risers, while others are night owls. Sarah thrives on a morning routine, while John prefers a more relaxed start to his weekends.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong when it comes to wake-up times, as long as you find a schedule that works for your energy levels. Some people are most productive in the quiet morning hours, while others find their creativity sparks later in the evening.
Our next conversation takes place between colleagues Emily and David, who are chatting by the coffee machine.
Hey, David, still buzzing from your morning workout. You seem full of energy.
Thanks, Emily. I definitely feel more awake and focused after hitting the gym. It's been a struggle lately to stay motivated throughout the workday.
Oh, I hear you. These deadlines are getting crazy. Maybe I should try to do some yoga before work, too. Sometimes that extra bit of movement can really clear my head.
Definitely. It can really make a difference. Even a short burst of exercise can improve your mood and productivity. I used to struggle to concentrate in the afternoons, but since I started working out in the mornings, I feel much sharper all day.
That's a great point. Maybe I can squeeze in a quick jog before work tomorrow. It might be just the kickstart I need to tackle these reports.
Let me know if you do. We could even meet up and go together for some extra motivation.
This conversation showcases how incorporating exercise into your routine can benefit your work life. David feels more energized after his morning workout, which helps him focus on his tasks.
Absolutely. Even a short burst of exercise can improve your mood and productivity. You might be surprised at how much more you can accomplish when you start your day by moving your body.
Our final conversation is between friends, Michael and Rachel, catching up after a long day.
Hey Rachel, how was your day at school? You look exhausted.
It was good, but busy. Lots of classes and studying for that big exam next week. My brain feels fried.
Yeah, I bet. Those exams can be stressful. What are your plans for this evening? Maybe some takeout and a movie marathon to unwind.
I have to finish some homework, but I was thinking of catching up on my favorite show afterwards. It's my way to relax after a long day. Laughter is the best medicine, right?
Sounds like a good plan. Maybe we can grab lunch together tomorrow? It would be nice to catch up.
The conversation between Michael and Rachel is a great example of how to schedule relaxation time.
Absolutely. Finding healthy ways to unwind, whether it's watching a funny show or spending time with friends, is crucial for managing stress and maintaining a healthy routine.
Now, before we say goodbye, we thought we'd share a glimpse into our own routines.
Sure. As the early bird of the duo, I typically wake up around 6:30 a.m. I start my day with a light breakfast and some yoga to get my body moving. Then, it's all about work prepping for the podcast, recording interviews, and editing episodes.
Sounds like a busy schedule, Sophie. For me, as a night owl, mornings are for catching up on emails and social media. I hit the gym in the afternoon for a good workout, and then I buckle down for writing and recording scripts in the evenings.
See, even the hosts have different routines. The key takeaway is to find a schedule that works for you and your personal preferences.
Exactly. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to routines.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration of daily routines. We hope you learned some new vocabulary and were inspired to create a healthy routine for yourself.
Happy routining.
Goodbye.